Hey, 2K20 tutorial number 28. Today, I'm going to teach you guys a dribble move that's going to guarantee you a blow-by animation at all times. We will also study in detail the best signature styles for this blow-by move and all the counters that comes along with it. If you enjoy my tutorials and you would like to see more, make sure to click on the link above or below in the description for my all 2K20 tutorials playlist, where I guarantee you'll find more videos to help you improve your game. Now what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to size up into a fake step back crossover, which is an automatic blow-by in 2K20. We will also chain this with all of our previous dribble moves that also trigger blow-bys at other spaces of the court, so all together today, alright? To start off this move correctly, you're going to need to begin by triggering your size up package. So from standstill, make sure you're holding on the turbo and you tap the left trigger as many times as you see fit. The more you tap, the more you're going to trigger it. You can trigger it once by tapping it once, or you can trigger it multiple times by tapping it 10 times in a row. It's up to you. But the size up package you want to do this, the perfect one, is the Kobe Bryant size up package. This is because the Kobe signature size up is 100% best in the game. I'm holding on the turbo here and I'm just rapidly tapping the left trigger, and you can see that is a very deadly size up. It is the perfect setup to lead into hop jumpers and also blow-by dribble moves. And the hop jumper signature that you want to chain perfectly with that Kobe size up is the James Harden hop jumper. You combine all of that together, you're gonna get this Kobe size up into that James Harden hop, and that's just smooth and it covers a lot of space. So to trigger this jumper version, you begin by triggering the size up and you end with a step back. Now, to do the size up, you hold turbo and you can double tap left trigger. I double tapped it here so you can see I sized up, I guess, twice. You can do it, tap it 3 times and he'll size up 3 times. So up to you, but I like to tap it twice because it's easier to chain that way. So as the ball comes back to the hip, you can see it's back in the Harden hip on the left side, trigger the step back. And to do the step back, you just gotta hold turbo. You're still holding onto it really from previously. And you're gonna push the right stick diagonally down right, away from the ball hand. So away from the ball hand, diagonally down right will give you this crossover into a step back. That's why you want to do the step back diagonally away from ball hand. So you can go do a crossover into a step back, much more space, no delay, hit the jumper. Now here's the blow-by version. You can see me trigger the size up here, step back, oh, but it's a fake that leads right into a blow-by animation, and you can finish however you want. This step back blow-by, to do it, you trigger the size up first like previously, but then you trigger the step back when the ball is on the hip, right? Just like previously. Choose your own side. I suggest always go diagonally away from the ball side so you get a crossover out of it. So you're still holding turbo from before, right? You're going to push the right stick diagonally down right to trigger the step back. But it's a fake step back. So to do that, to fake it, you have to immediately let go of the right stick, but not turbo, when the step back animation starts. You do that with turbo still held down, push and hold the left stick at the basket. Your shooting meter will come up for a split second, and this will lead into a huge blow-by move. So you fake the jumper, he will go between the leg himself, and then he just comes right off and bursts out, and that blows by any defense because of the animation. So make sure to practice on the timing to let go of the right stick diagonal down hold as you're triggering the step back crossover. That's a fake. Like, you have to let go early, like right when the animation starts. Like right here, this is when you let it go, like let it go now. And then he would do that fake step back animation into that crossover that is always a blow by on the side on any defense. So how you finish with this move is up to you. I suggest if you want to review, you can review tutorial number 12 and number 13 for my layups and dunking tutorials. This fake step back blow by, it triggers an OP animation advantage. This is Hall of Fame Gary Payton, for crying out loud. And he doesn't bump you and he doesn't stick to you, because that fake step back, crossover step back into that blow by, it's just too much. The animation advantage is supreme. Like the Kobe size up obviously is the icing on the cake. Other packages and starting moves would work also, but I suggest add the Kobe if you can. And here are some counters. So you can see I'm doing the size up, but this time I'm doing a hezzy. So I'm holding turbo and pushing the right stick to the left, ball hand, and then I'm going to do the behind the back momentum I taught you guys. That's a size up hezzy behind the back. So you can watch tutorial 26 to learn how to do the hezzy behind the back. But now you're adding in that Kobe size up. You can hezzy both sides really, but when the ball is on the hip like that in the air, Now you're gonna trigger the behind the back momentum. And then right here, you're in range with the Euro step, so trigger that too. That's tutorials 12 and 13. Combine all together. It's really a beautiful sequence. Watch. Ooh. And then the hop. Oh, that's nice. That's nice right there. Alright, and here is something even better. Size up. Step back, fake blow by. Hezzy. Behind the back. Ah, that's the one I taught you guys from the transition hezzy behind the back. So you can do it in full speed too. Size up, fake step back, go full speed, hop up, before you land, hit the behind the back momentum all together, splitting the defense apart. Like, help defense come split it. So here's the size up, Kobe size up into the straight turbo behind the back. So this is no hezzy. And to do this, it's the same. Just stand still, hold turbo, trigger the size up, but let Harden dribble the ball one more time on the ground after the size up. So let him bounce it off the ground. Then you trigger the behind the back after he bounces it on the ground. So right here is where you want to trigger the behind the back momentum. And then, just as good. Like, this is a very, like, if you do this as a counter where you do the size up, one more dribble, and then you go behind the back, that's a very sudden and hard to protect move, especially you taking that one extra dribble. It's slower, yes, but as a counter, it's good, because the defense has seen you go so fast all the time, that one little extra dribble into that behind the back momentum is deadly. And obviously, out of the size up, you can just straight up go. So, balls on the hip, you want to go left, push the left stick to the left, and you hold the turbo button. Don't let go of turbo. You're always holding on to it, and you just go. You can pull it up if you want to. This is another change of speed counter. On its own, this is not as deadly. Like balls on the hip, but this time you're going to push the left stick to the right so you can trigger a crossover, hold turbo. Like on its own, not as deadly, but combined with everything else, very annoying. And if you can customize, like I said earlier, use the Kobe package. But like if you can't, you can see here I'm in my team. And I'm using Vince Carter, and obviously you can tell he doesn't have the Kobe size up. He can still do the fake step back. But like here's Jamal Crawford. He doesn't have the Kobe size up, but the move is still very effective if you choose to do whatever size up is available to you. But if you don't like it, like you can also use different starting setups as alternatives, right? Like here I'm using the Stephon Marbury size up. It's not that great, so I didn't like it. So what I decided to do is I would change it up because I can't get the Kobe size up. I used the dribble jab. I taught you guys from tutorial 24. You see that? That's how you hold the turbo and then you push the left stick twice. And then if you want to learn that, go to tutorial 24. The dribble jab into the fake step back, as you can see there, is very nice. And it's just as effective as the Kobe size up. And here you can see me use the behind the back from tutorial number 23. Just a very classic one, but I'm using it as a setup. So watch. I'm going behind the back momentum into a fake step back, into a blow by. That's very, very nasty. So you don't have to do the size up. And you can also use the fake behind the back from tutorial 23 also. That's just set up into the fake step back blow by. So that's a fake behind the back into the fake step back blow by into a rondo floater. That's a lot of movement and a lot of blow by opportunities. And finally, you can also do the hezzy escape into a fake step back blow by. So in that instance, I just did a hezzy escape. Very simple. You hold turbo and you flick the right stick to the ball hand or non-ball hand. And I just did a step back. And obviously, if they play the blow by, just shoot it. Like, then just don't let go, right? Because if you know they're going to play the blow by, they sag, just shoot it. But if they don't, they come up with you, then you blow by them. Like, truly, you can really use any move as a setup. Like, I've showed you everything. I did the behind the back, fake behind the back, hezzy. And I'm doing all of that to go into the step back blow by. The step back blow by does not have to be triggered by the Kobe size up package. You can actually do this move on the fly. Any move, dribble move before it, that you can step back out of, can be turned into a step back crossover fake. That leads to that blow by animation, right? Get that concept down because it's really important. So now whenever you're stuck on any dribble move, you can just fake a step back into that blow by. So like what? Fake behind the back, fake step back, go, float it. Like imagine doing something like this with a shooter with a lot of threat like a Curry. This is deadly. You can see the real Kobe Bryant do it in game here. And how you use it in game is up to you. You can go for screens too. I mean, you can call for a screen while you're doing your size up. And then you can fake that step back into the screen and then you do a blow by. Like this move is completely versatile. You can do it ISO, you can do it with a screen, you can do it like top of the key, you can do it in the mid-range, you can do it anywhere. Watch, I did it behind the back, I'm in the mid-range, I don't like it, I'm gonna fake step back, then I'm gonna blow by him. Like that's nasty. Like you can trigger this anywhere. As long as you can step back, you can trigger it. So, but you're gonna need a lot of practice initially to get that timing down. As you hold turbo and you hold the right stick diagonally down, opposite from ball hand, you just have to learn like, ooh, right there. Like you see that? Like when to let it go. Like you have to let go really early. If you let go before, like right after the animation starts, it's not gonna work. So you have to let go right when the animation starts, like way before the shot meter comes in. Watch, dribble jab, fix that back. Like I let that go. It looked like I let it go when the meter came up, but it's not. It's way earlier than that. I let it go when the animation started. Like I let it go already. Like the moment I step back, it's gone. Like the moment Kobe started leaning back, I already let go of the right stick diagonal. That's the key. Take it to practice, take it to blacktop, and just work on it, because that's the hardest part to get down initially. So watch, dribble jab, I let go already. Like that's how early I let go, and then always a blow by right after. Okay, that's why this is so good. The fact that is like 98% of the time you get a blow by out of it because you're coming out really fast and strong. But most importantly, you can trigger it anywhere. As long as you step back, you can fix that back. So as always, thanks for coming by. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you got any questions, leave it in the comment section, and make sure to check back on my channel recently, or more actively these days, because I'm going to be offering that Bucks League bound free on free tourney with the cash prize of $5,000. So make sure you follow the channel to know when to register. And as always, thanks for coming by. I appreciate you guys, and shout out to Bucks Gaming once again for the sponsorship. And if you got any questions, ask away, and I'll speak to you guys again very soon.